Hi guys, I see y'all popping on. So I'll just give it like another second or two and then we'll get started to make the most of our time. So this morning's flow is gonna be an energizing flow, lots of back bends, movement, get the lymph flowing, which is really good for your immunity. It should be fun. So grab a mat and we will get going in a second. I'm gonna pop on my mat while you guys get settled. So again, for anyone new that just came in, we're about to start a yoga flow here from Owl Venice. My name is Lillian. I'm a yoga teacher and a health coach here at Owl. All right, let's go ahead and get started just because we don't have a lot of time. Again, this is an energizing yoga practice. We'll be doing some back bends towards the end, which is like a really great way to boost your energy for the day. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on our back in constructive rest. You'll take your feet out as wide as the mat and come back to lie on your back. I still see people popping into the Instagram, so grab a yoga mat if you want to join us for about a 45-50 minute vinyasa flow. So we're starting in constructive rest. You'll bring the feet onto the mat as wide as your mat, so pinky toes are on the outer edges of your mat. And then knock your knees in together. Once you knock your knees in together, actually lift your hips and think about lengthening your tailbone down towards your heels. And then let everything settle again. Let your eyes close. Shoulders get heavy. Breathe. A few deep breaths in. Long breaths out. You could even bring one hand to the lower belly, one hand to the heart. This is a nice way to bring some attention to the breath. And as you inhale deeply, can you watch the breath travel all the way to the bottom hand? And then as you exhale, just feel the breath leave the body as both of the hands sink. A few more like that. Inhale deeply right up into the bottom hand. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. We'll just take one more like that here. Inhale deeply all the way to the lower belly, right into that bottom hand. And open the mouth, exhale here. Close the lips, begin to activate your Ujjayi breath. So it's an inhalation and an exhalation out the nose. And as you exhale out the nose, you'll constrict the muscles at the back of the throat. So you make a little ha or Darth Vader-like sound. This gives you something audible to bind your mind to as you move. Now let's go ahead and take your feet hips distance apart. So you'll press your feet on the mat, separate your knees so they're in line with your hips, and then go ahead and take your arms out into goalpost arms. And you know, I changed my mind. I actually want our feet to be a little bit wider. So go ahead and keep your your pinky toes at the edges of your mat so they're outer hips distance apart. And then just start to windshield wiper your knees from side to side. So I still see some people popping into the IG Live. Welcome. We just started a 45-minute yoga class. So you are more than welcome to just roll out your mat and join me. It's going to be an energizing practice, so we'll work up to some back bends to give you a boost of energy for the day. So we're here on our backs and just knock our knees from side to side. Just beginning to get the blood flowing in the lower body. And see if you can start to link this with breath. So inhale to draw your knees up to center and exhale as you drop your knees to one side. And then inhale, draw your knees up to center and exhale, drop them over to the other side. And the next time you bring your knees over to the right, I want you to hold them there and let them hang for a moment. So the feet are still wide, the knees just drop off to the right, and then can you let your left shoulder get a little bit more heavy towards the earth? So you feel some length and expansion across the front body. And you're welcome to stay right here. If you want to go a little deeper, flex the right foot, bring the heel of the right foot onto the left knee, and then just gently traction your left knee forward towards the front of the mat and breathe into this length you're creating in the whole left side of the body. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, really let your body sink. 2 more. big deep breath in. And exhale out. Release the right foot onto the earth. Inhale, draw your knees back up to center. And then exhale, let them drop to the other side and pause here. So the knees fall to the left. The feet are still as wide as the mat. And now can you let your right shoulder get heavy onto the earth? So you feel that expansion from the right shoulder down the torso towards the left side. You're welcome to stay right here if this is enough. To take it deeper, flex the left foot, bring the heel of the left foot to the right knee, and then just gently traction your knee forward. So you're tractioning the left heel on the right thigh, getting a little bit more length in the right side. And then 3 deep breaths here in and out. 2 more. 1 more inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and release the left foot onto the earth, and you'll draw your knees back up to center. And now we'll heel toe the feet so they're hips distance apart. Draw your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, give yourself a nice big squeeze, and then maybe even rock a little bit side to side here. Now inhale, lift your legs up towards the sky. We're gonna do a little bit of core work. As you exhale, lift the head and shoulders, bring your hands behind your head. Think about your belly button getting heavy down towards the earth. Shoulder blades move away from the ears. Now can you let your head be heavy and the hands, neck relax. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, lower the right leg to a hover. Keep the left leg lifted. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, lift your right leg back up to meet the left. We get to do that on the other side. Inhale. And then as you exhale, let the left leg lower to a hover. Keep the right leg extended. Inhale. And then as you exhale, lift the left leg. So we only move on the exhale. Inhale here. Exhale, right leg lowers. Inhale. Exhale, right leg lifts. Inhale. Exhale, left leg lowers. Inhale. Exhale, left leg lifts. Now the last one, we're going to make it a little spicier. Take a breath in. As you exhale, let the left leg lower. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left leg to meet the right. So now you're in Ardha Navasana. Inhale. Exhale, lift the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, lift the right leg. Second side, take a breath in. As you exhale, lower the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, lower the right leg to meet the left. Ooh, so spicy. You got this. Keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale, lift the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, lift the right leg. Another breath in. This time, exhale, lower both legs as low as you can go. Inhale here. Exhale, draw your knees into the chest. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale, lower the legs. Inhale here. Exhale, lift. Last one, inhale. Exhale, lower to the hover. Inhale, get long through the legs. Exhale, legs up towards the sky. Release the upper body, draw your knees into your chest, give yourself a squeeze. You can rock a little bit from side to side. Keep your knees into the chest, bring your hands behind the knees, and start to roll up and down the length of the spine. 1 more like that, big roll. And then see if you can land up on your sit bones, finding Navasana boat pose. Draw your shoulder blades down the back, reach your fingertips forward. 3 breaths in Navasana, inhale. Exhale. 2 more, spine stays long. Imagine there's a hand right behind the heart. Lift up and back into that hand. 1 more breath, inhale. Now as you exhale, cross your ankles, step back, hands and knees, tabletop position. Make sure your wrists are right underneath your shoulders. Your knees are right underneath your hips. Now as you inhale, drop your belly, lift your heart, lift your tailbone. As you exhale, press and round your spine, look towards your belly button. 3 more just like that, inhale. Exhale. Last one. And exhale, round. Inhale, come to a neutral spine and pause. Tuck your toes, lift your knees, hips come up and back into downward facing dog. Now in your downward facing dog, start to pedal out the legs. You'll bend one knee, release the opposite heel, and breathe. And then switch. Bend the opposite leg, release the opposite knee. And we'll just kind of keep going with that movement, going back and forth, getting into the hammies, the hips, the lower back. A few deep breaths in and out. And then slow the walk of the legs, just come into your downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg into the air, bend the right knee, stack the right hip, reach the right foot towards the left side of the room. Breathe into the space. And then start to draw big circles in the air with the right knee, creating some space in your right hip socket. And then reverse, take it the other way. Re-extend your right leg long behind you, square your hips. And then exhale, step your right foot in between your hands, drop your left knee onto the earth, let your hips sink. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Exhale, hips sink down towards the earth. Now as you inhale, lift your frontal hip bones up towards the low ribs. You feel some deep core engagement. And then can you lift your fingertips any higher towards the ceiling? One more breath here, inhale. As you exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank position. Exhale, lower knees, chest and chin onto the earth. Elbows hug together across the back. Inhale, slide yourself forward, come all the way down onto the belly. Now bring your arms alongside the body, palms face down. Big toes together. Wrap your shoulders back, lift upper body and lower body off the ground. Shalabhasana, 3 breaths in and out. So starting to work the muscles along the spine. These are our core muscles too. They are so important to work here, especially as we prepare for back bends. One more breath, inhale. And then exhale, everything lowers onto the earth. Bring your hands right by your low ribs. Come up through bent knees. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Last breath, inhale. And exhale here. When you're ready, inhale the left leg into the air. Now bend your left knee, stack your left hip, reach it towards the right side of the room, and breathe into the left side. Now when you're ready, you'll start to draw those big circles in the air with the left knee, creating space in your left hip socket. And then go ahead and reverse direction of the circle, take it the other way. Re-extend your left leg long behind you, and then exhale, step your left foot in between the hands, drop your right knee onto the earth. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead, and then exhale, let your hips sink slightly. Now inhale, feel your frontal hip bones lift up towards the low ribs. Reach your fingertips up towards the sky. So we have deep core engagement, lots of length in the side waist. One more breath here in. And then as you exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, forward plank position. Exhale, lower knees, chest, chin. Can they all land at the same time? Inhale all the way onto the belly. And then exhale to just plop down. One more round of Shalabhasana. Bring your big toes together. This time maybe you clasp your hands at your lower back. Hug your elbows together, hug your shoulder blades together, and then lift upper and lower body up off the ground. Now if your low back allows, see if you can keep your big toes together. And imagine someone was pulling your big toes towards the back of the mat. And I want you to reach away from that pull, reach the collarbones towards the front of the mat. 2 more breaths here, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. And then exhale, everything lowers back onto the earth. Bring your hands right by your hips, by your low ribs. Inhale up through bent knees, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths in, and long breaths out. 2 more here, inhale. Exhale. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Hold them deep in the knees. Look at your hands. Step your feet to the front of the mat. Hands to the shins. Inhale into a halfway lift. Heart reaches forward. And then exhale to fold all the way back down into your forward fold. Let the head and neck hang. exhale, hands come to prayer at heart center. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. And then exhale, a little bend in the knees as you fold back down into your forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift, long spine. Keep looking forward, plant your hands, step back, plank position, and then lower chaturanga, so just halfway down. Upward facing dog, can you keep your thighs up off the ground? Wrap your shoulder blades back. And then hips come up and back, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here, in and out. 2 more. Last one, inhale. And exhale. Hold empty, bend the knees, look at your hands, step your feet forward, front of your mat. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale, fold again. Inhale all the way up to stand, arms reach up overhead. And then exhale, hands come to prayer at heart center. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Exhale, fold back down into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Keep looking forward, plant your hands, step back, plank position. Take a breath in, plank, and then lower chaturanga as you exhale. Upward facing dog, heart reaches forward. Downward facing dog, hips come up and back. 3 more breaths here, in and out. 2 more. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Hold empty, bend the knees, look at your hands. Step your feet forward to the front of your mat. Inhale into a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale all the way up, stand. Arms reach up overhead. Exhale, hands come to prayer at heart center. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Last one, exhale, fold back down into your forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift. Keep looking forward, plant your hands, step back, plank position. Take a breath in, plank, and then lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog as you inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. 3 breaths here, inhaling and exhaling. 2 more. Last one, in and out. Hold empty, bend the knees, look at your hands, step your feet in between your hands. Inhale into your halfway lift, and then exhale to fold again. Inhale all the way up to stand, arms reach up overhead, and then exhale, hands come to prayer at heart center. Now we'll wiggle our big toes together, zip up through the inner thighs, and then sink your hips down low into Utkatasana chair pose. So I want you to imagine you're trying to slide your sit bones into a chair that's being pulled away from you. So you just keep reaching the weight back. So much that you have to actually actively keep your toes on the ground. Spine is nice and long. Take 1 more breath in. And then as you exhale, straighten your legs and fold forward. Inhale into a halfway lift, long spine. Keep looking forward, plant your hands, step back, plank position, and then lower chaturanga. Inhale into your upward facing dog. Exhale into your downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg into the air. Now as you exhale, bring your right knee to the right elbow, see if you can tap. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, see if you can tap. Inhale, right leg up and back. 1 more, exhale, right knee into the nose, hold there, hollow the belly, and then step the right foot through. Pivot your back heel down, inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, sink into the front knee. Right hip draws back, left hip draws forward, 3 breaths here, in and out. Really ground down through your feet. 2 more, inhale. Exhale. Last one. Draw your left hip back, right hip forward. 3 breaths, warrior 1. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. As you exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Step the left foot back and lower chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. 3 deep breaths in. Long breaths out. 2 more here. One more inhale. Exhale. Hold empty, bend the knees. Step your feet in between your hands. Big toes together. Inhale into your halfway lift, hands to the shins. Exhale to fully in. Inhale, sink the hips down low. Utkatasana chair pose. Lift your heart. Shoulder blades lay down the back. 2 more breaths here, in and out. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, come all the way to stand. Hands come to prayer at heart center. Moving on, inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, straighten the legs and forward fold. Inhale into your halfway lift, hands to the shins. Keep looking forward, plant your hands. Now see if you can jump back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog as you inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Inhale, right leg into the air. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, find your core. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right knee, left elbow, find your twist. Inhale, up and back. One more, right knee into the nose, hollow the belly, hold. Step the right foot through, pivot the back heel down. Inhale up into warrior one. Now as you exhale, open your arms, clasp them at the lower back. Draw the clasp of the hands down the back leg, lift the heart, inhale. And then exhale, fold over inside the right leg. Humble warrior. Draw your right hip back. Hug it into the midline. Root down through both feet. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Come all the way up to stand. Keep the front knee bent as you reach your arms back up overhead, warrior one. And then exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Step back, plank position. Take a breath in plank. Now roll onto the left hand, left foot, reach the right arm up towards the sky. Zip your inner thighs together, reach your heart forward. 2 more breaths, inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. As you exhale, right hand comes down, toes come down, lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Deep breath in, long breath out. When you're ready, inhale the left leg into the air. And then exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. One more. Exhale, left knee into the nose, hollow the belly, hold there. And then step the left foot through. Pivot your back heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, sink. Open the arms out wide, clasp your hands at your lower back. Now switch the clasp, awkward thumb on top. My apologies, I'm doing it too. Draw the clasp of the hands down the back leg, lift your heart, inhale. And then as you exhale, humble warrior, fold inside the left foot. Let the arms come overhead. Draw your left hip back and into the midline. Let the head and neck go. Take one more breath in. Long breath out. Inhale, come all the way up. Warrior one, reach the arms up overhead. And then as you exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot, step the left foot back. Take a moment, pause and plank. Now roll onto the right hand, right foot, lift the left arm up, Vashisthasana, side arm balance or side plank. Extend out through the bottoms of the feet and then reach the collarbone and the crown of the head towards the front of the room. One more breath here, inhale. As you exhale, left hand comes down, toes come down, and you lower chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here, inhale. Exhale, 2 more. Last one in. Exhale out. Hold empty, bend the knees, look at your hands. Jump your feet forward to the front of the mat. Inhale into your halfway lift, hands to shins, reach your heart forward. Exhale to fold. Inhale into Utkatasana chair pose, hips sink, heart lifts. And then exhale, slide your shoulder blades down your back, sink your hips down and back. One more breath here in. And then exhale, come all the way to stand, hands come to prayer at heart center. Release your arms alongside your hips. Take a moment, inhale. Exhale. We'll do one more round like that, adding on still. When you're ready, inhale, Utkatasana chair pose. Exhale, straighten your legs and forward fold. Inhale into a halfway lift, long spine. Keep looking forward, plant your hands, float back, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Now reach your right leg into the air as you inhale. Exhale, right knee, right elbow, pause. Can you hold the knee and lift it up towards the armpit? And then lower it an inch. Lift it up towards the armpit, lower an inch. One more up towards the armpit, and then lift it right up and back, three-legged dog. Inhale here. Exhale, left knee, left elbow, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, up and back. One more, exhale, right knee into the nose, hold it there. Step the right foot through. Pivot the back heel down, warrior one. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Now as you exhale, open your arms out wide, clasp your hands at your lower back. Draw the clasp of the hands down the back leg, lift your heart. Right back into humble warrior as you exhale. Take a breath in here. Exhale, we're down through the feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand right back up into warrior one. Now, as you exhale, you're gonna lower the left hand, lift the left heel, and reach your right arm up towards the sky, open twist. Take a breath. And then roll onto the left hand, left foot, come right into your side plank. Inhale here. Now, step the right foot behind the left foot, pivot, open towards the ceiling as you come into your wild thing. Lift your hips, reach your heart forward, one more breath, inhale. And then as you exhale, come right back over into your plank position, chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Inhale your left leg into the air. And then exhale, left knee, left elbow. Hold it there. Lower your knee an inch. Lift your knee up towards the armpit. Lower an inch. Up towards the armpit. Use your core. Lower an inch. Lift it up towards the armpit. And then reach the left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, left leg up and back. One more. Exhale, left knee into the nose. Hold it there. Step the left foot through. Pivot the back heel down. Warrior one. Inhale, you rise. As you exhale, open your arms out wide. Awkward thumb on top. Draw the clasp of the hand down the back leg. Lift the heart. And then fold. Humble warrior inside the left foot. Let the clasp of the hands come overhead. Left hip draws back. Now inhale, come right back up. Warrior one. As you exhale, right hand comes to the earth, right heel lifts. Inhale, lift the left arm. We're in an open twist. Exhale, step, side plank, Vashisthasana. Take a breath in. Now step the left foot to the right edge of your mat. Lift your hips and heart, wild thing. Find a little back bend. Take a breath in and a breath out. Come right back over into your plank position and then lower chaturanga. Upward facing, downward facing. 3 deep breaths in and long breaths out. Let all of that settle, all of that go. One more here, inhale. And exhale. Hold empty, bend the knees, look at your hands. See if you can just float your feet forward to the front of the mat. Inhale into your halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, sink your hips down low. Utkatasana, chair pose. Last one of these. And then exhale, come all the way to stand. Hands come to prayer at heart center. Bring your arms alongside your body. Wiggle your feet hips distance apart. Just take a moment here to settle and notice. Calm the breath. Take a sip of water if you need, whatever works for you. Inhale here. And then exhale, Bring your hands to your hips, put a little bend in the knees, and start to fold yourself forward into forward fold. First two fingers are going to grab hold of your big toes. Inhale into a long spine, halfway lift with the bind. And then keep the spine long and active as you bend your elbows towards either side of the room, fold. Let the head and neck drop. You can bobble your head a little, forward and back, side to side, whatever feels good. Lift your kneecaps up towards your hip sockets. And see if you can allow your sit bones to lift a little more actively towards the sky. One more breath here. Now, inhale, lift, lengthen the heart. Find a nice flat back again. And then you're going to shift. Now the whole palm of the hand comes underneath the bottoms of the feet. Put a little bend in the knees so the toes curl right up the wrist crease. Inhale, long spine. And then exhale, fold again. Let the head and neck go. Breathe here. Your kneecaps are still lifting up towards the hip sockets. The sit bones still lift up towards the sky. The head is heavy. Breathe into the hamstrings, breathe into the back of the spine. One more breath in. And a breath out. Release your hands from your feet, palm the mat. Inhale to look forward, and then exhale, step back, plank position and lower, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Last active sequence, then we'll move on to the back bends. Inhale, reach your right leg up into the air. And then exhale, step your right foot through. Keep the left heel and knee lifted. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, high lunge. Draw your right hip back, left hip forward, so you feel a little scissor action in the inner thighs. And then shift your weight forward so you can really root down into the right foot. Take a breath in. Now, reach your fingertips forward. We're going to bring our left elbow underneath our right elbow for eagle arms. Reach your fingertips towards the sky. Draw your shoulder blades down the back. Breathe into that space behind the heart. Inhale here. And then exhale, start to hinge your upper body forward so your torso hovers over the right thigh. Start to shift your weight forward into the right leg. Lift the left leg up. We have a little warrior 3 variation. Put a bend in the right knee, come all the way up to stand, draw your left knee into the chest. So left leg does not touch the ground if we can keep it up. Little bend in the right knee, wrap the left leg around the right now, eagle pose. Inhale here. As you exhale, round the spine, see if you can tap elbow to knee. Press your elbows into the knee, drive your shoulder blades down the back, reach your heart forward. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1 more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come right back upright with the torso. Draw your left knee into the chest. Extend the left leg back as you unwind your arms. So you're in warrior 3 with the arms alongside the torso. Take a breath here. And then land right back into that high lunge, Anjaneyasana, front knee is bent. Pivot the back heel down, warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, right arm lifts up and back. Extended side angle, right forearm to thigh, left arm reaches overhead. Inhale, right back up, warrior 2. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Reach your right fingertips forward, lower your right hand to your shin. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Wrap the whole barrel of the torso open and look up towards the left fingertips. One more breath here, inhale. Now as you exhale, put a little bend in the right knee, shift your fingertips forward, coming into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Take a breath here. Maybe put a little bend in both knees and start to draw the left heel into the bum. Left hand grabs hold of the top of the foot, and then you'll kick back into Ardha Chandrasana, Chopasana, sugar cane pose. One more breath like this, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, extend the arm and the leg if you have it bound. And then square the hips and the hands, shoulders back down towards the earth. You're gonna lower the left knee outside of the right foot and come all the way down to sit. Make sure that the right foot is stamped outside. The left knee, right fingertips come back behind the lower back. Inhale, lift your left arm up towards the sky. And then exhale, hook the left elbow over the right knee. twist. Inhale, think about lengthening the crown of the head up towards the sky. And then exhale, just twist a little bit more deeply. 2 more breaths here. Really take this time to settle the breath because we still have all of that on the second side. Next inhalation, you'll unwind the spine. Bring your hands to plant at the front of the mat. Step the left foot back, right foot back, plank position. Now yogi's choice here, you can take a chaturanga or you can come right back up into downward facing dog. You have 3 deep breaths. One more here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale your left leg up into the air. And then exhale, step your left foot in between the hands. Keep the right heel and knee lifted. Inhale, come up, or Anjaneyasana, high lunge. Exhale, sink into the front knee. Feel the right leg continue to extend back. Think about the right thigh lifting up towards the ceiling while still keeping the hips low. That really opens the front of the body, the hip flexor psoas area. Now reach your fingertips forward. This time the right elbow is going to come underneath the left elbow. Wrap your arms, eagle arms. Reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling and at the same time draw your shoulder blades down the back. So you feel some openness back behind the shoulder blades, behind the heart. Inhale here. And then exhale, start to hinge your upper body forward. Your torso is going to be parallel with the left thigh. Hold here for a moment. And then shift more weight into the left leg. Maybe you wobble a little bit as you lift your right leg up, finding your warrior 3 with eagle arms. Take a breath in and a breath out. Keep a little bend in the left knee. Come all the way up to stand. Draw the right knee into the chest. And then wrap your right leg around the left leg. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, round the spine. See if you can get elbows and knees to tap. Now press your knees into your elbows, draw your shoulder blades down the back, and think about reaching your collarbones forward. Breathe. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. As you inhale, come right back upright, pause. You're gonna unwind the arms and the legs at the same time. Come right back into warrior 3. Arms alongside the torso. Take a breath in the warrior 3. And then land Anjaneyasana, high lunge, right toes touch the back of the mat. Inhale here. And then exhale, pivot open, warrior 2. Front knee is bent. Right foot is is parallel-ish to the back of the mat. Flip the front palm, reverse your warrior, breathe into the left side body. And then extended side angle, left forearm to thigh, right arm reaches overhead. Inhale, right back up, warrior 2. Straighten the left leg. Reach your left fingertips forward, draw your hips back, and then lower left hand to the shin, reach your right arm up towards the sky. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Now put a little bend in the left knee, start to shift your weight forward, right leg lifts, coming up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon pose. You're welcome to stay right here. If you want a little more, put a tiny bend in the standing leg. Draw the right heel into the bum, see if you can reach your right hand around for the top of the foot. Now kick the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. Open out into the Chopasana, sugarcane variation. We're finding lots of space in the front body here. One more breath, inhale. Exhale. Extend the arm and the leg out long, pause. Now bring your hand, right fingertips to the ground, square your shoulders and hips. And then lower the right knee outside the left ankle, come all the way down to sit. So the left foot is stamped on the ground outside of the right knee. Left fingertips come behind you, right arm reaches up towards the sky, and then hook the right elbow over the left knee as you wrap yourself open into the twist. Inhale, nice long spine. Exhale, twist a little deeper. 2 more breaths. One more inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come back to center. Plant your hands onto the ground out in front of you. Step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Plank pose. Inhale. Exhale, facing dog. Big, deep breath in. Let's take an open mouth, sigh out, let something go. One more breath like that. Inhale deeply. Open mouth, sigh out, let it go. Now, child's pose. Drop your knees to the ground. Take them out as wide as the mat. Big toes together, sink your hips towards your heels. Take a moment to pause. 3 breaths to settle and land. You've made it onto the ground. Now slowly start to walk your hands up underneath your shoulders. Come all the way to sit. Shoulders stack over the hips. You'll just slide your hips to one side, feet to the other, so you can send your legs out in front of you and come onto your back. So we're going to do 3 rounds of back bends here. Bring the bottoms of the feet onto the ground about as wide as your hips. And then walk your heels in close enough to the bum that you can brush your heels with your fingertips. We'll start with Setu Bandhasana or bridge pose, and then we'll add on from there. So bend your elbows like say that you're like karate chopping the ground. So fingertips point up towards the sky. Now feel your shoulder heads plug down towards the earth. Press the feet into the ground, and then inhale, lift the lower body up off the ground. Now you can extend your arms, clasp your hands underneath the lower back, and then begin to wiggle the shoulder blades together. If it feels all right, to come a little higher. Press the heels into the earth and isometrically drag your heels towards your hips, allowing the front body to open even more. A little bit of activation, arms into the earth. That will allow your torso to lift even higher. 2 more breaths. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Unclasp the hands. And then lower the upper body back down onto the ground. Keep the feet exactly where they are. So we're just going to do 2 more rounds of back bends, so we'll try not to counter in between those. If that last pose, bridge pose, felt like your edge, then go ahead and stay there for the next 2 rounds. If you want to come a little bit deeper, you'll bring your hands by the ears, fingertips point towards the shoulders. Press into the hands and the feet at the same time, come up onto the top of the head. Now plug your shoulders into their sockets, draw your elbows in, and then straighten the arms and the legs, coming up into wheel pose or Urdhva Dhanurasana. Reach the heart towards the wall you can see while you're here upside down. And we'll take 5 breaths. If you're in bridge pose, just continue to breathe, just like you did in the last round. Two more breaths. And then go ahead and tuck your chin to your chest, lower everything down. Keep the legs exactly where they are. Come right back onto your back, knees bent, hands to the belly. If you're feeling lots of sensation, feel yourself just land. This one stirs up a lot of energy, a lot of prana. You may be feeling your heart beating in the belly, and that's all good. We're gonna do 1 more back bend now that your spine is primed and ready for it. So again, choose bridge or wheel. If you did wheel last round and you decided that was enough and you want to go back to bridge, more power to you. Listen to your body. So you'll go ahead and lift up into bridge, or you'll bring your hands by your ears, fingertips back, lift up onto the head. Plug your shoulders into their sockets, hug your elbows together, and then come on up for your last back bend. We're gonna hold this one for 10 breaths. Can you keep the breath smooth and steady the whole time? Keep pressing into your hands and your feet. Everything lifts. Stay active and present in the body. You're halfway there. Can you lift your hips any higher? Shoulder blades draw down the back. You have 2 more breaths. And then go ahead and tuck everything back down onto the mat. Take a moment to pause, hands to the belly, settle in. And then draw your knees into your chest, wrap your arms around your legs, give yourself a nice big squeeze. Turn the squeeze into the hug. Maybe tell yourself something you love about yourself. And then go ahead and let both of your knees fall over to the right. Your arms open out wide, gaze turns to the left. Gentle spinal twist, bringing that out. One more here, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, draw your knees back into center. Give them a hug, and then let them fall over to the left. Arms open out wide, gaze comes to the right. Few more breaths, and a simple spinal twist. One last hug, and then extend your legs and your arms out long for Shavasana. And I know the temptation to skip Shavasana when you're at home, but this truly is the most important pose. So see if you can stay with me for these last few minutes of class. Allow your legs to flop. Draw your shoulder blades down the back, feel the front of the chest open. Take a nice big deep breath in and hold your breath in at the top. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Feel your whole body settle into the earth. And we'll just be here in Shavasana for a few moments. I will let you know when it's time to come out. And slowly start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. You can draw some circles with the ankles and the wrists. Be gentle here and slow with the movements. And then reverse direction of the circles, taking it the other way. And maybe start to rock your head a little bit from side to side. When you're ready, reach your right arm up overhead. If you're at home and you have more time for Shavasana, I highly recommend to take more time. Bend your knees, bottoms of the feet come to the earth, and then you'll just roll into a little fetal position on the right side, drawing your knees in towards your chest. Keep your eyes closed. Let's take a moment here to pause. And then go ahead and plant the left hand onto the earth. Come all the way up to sit. Eyes are still closed for these last few moments here. Bring your hands to your knees, palm space up for more energy, palm space down for a little more grounding. And just take a moment to notice what it feels like to be in your skin at this very moment. Then bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Take a big, deep breath in. Open mouth, sigh out. Bow your chin to your chest, closing out your practice. Namaste. So thank you all so much for joining me and practicing with me this morning. Again, my name is Lillian Jacobs. I'm a yoga teacher and a health coach here at Owl Venice on Abbot Kinney. So hopefully I practice with you again soon. Have a great rest of your week.